Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2020, and we are on to our next Wit and Wisdom lesson. Today, we're going to work on retelling the story. That's why I told you that yesterday. It was very important that you listen to the story. And if you did not do that yesterday, I put the link here again for you to listen to it. And even if you did, it wouldn't hurt for you to go back and listen to our story again, because if we were in class, we would actually reread our text together. So go ahead and click on the link and so that you can read your story for today. All right, so yesterday your goal was to tell me what the problem and the solution in the story was. And I'm going to briefly go over here are the characters in the story, the setting. We know that our main character was Cendrillon, and our setting was long ago on an island at Cendrillion's house and Paul's mansion. Our problem, what I saw most of you turn in on your work yesterday, is that she's treated very badly by her stepmother and her stepsister. And that's just a reoccurring problem in our Cinderella stories. Here are the events of the story that you can go and read over for yourself. But after her foot fits into the slipper, the solution to the story is the prince. Paul, he takes her away from her family where she's being mistreated, and they get married. And so these are two commonly, most of you all did submit work that was correct. Shine to you. She's treated badly by her mother is the problem in the story. And the resolution is that she marries Paul. Now, the events of the story is what helps us to retell the story. And that's what we're going to practice doing today. So, once it's time for you to retell the story, if you need to pause it on this screen, feel free to do so. It's not a trick question. I want you to use the resources that you have to help you retell the story, because it's going to help you with your writing. So if we were to retell the story, here's a sample of how that would go. As you can see, we went from very simple retellings from module 1 to now look at what we would have to retell. Um, so Nanan lived on an island in the Caribbean Sea and took care of a girl named Cendrillon. After Cendrillon's mom died, her father married again, and her new stepmother was mean. She made Cendrillon work hard and clean. There was a ball for Paul, but her stepmother wouldn't let Cendrillon go. Nanny used her magic wand to make a carriage and horse to take her to the ball. She used her wand to make Cendrillon a gown and pink slippers. They both went to the ball, and Cendrillon danced with Paul. At midnight, the magic wore off, and she left a pink slipper behind. Paul wanted to find her, so he had every woman try on the slipper. Cendrillion's foot fit the slipper. She married Paul, and they had a big wedding. Now I want you, even if you have to read this, parents, to your scholar and have them to help you retell what happened in the story. That's just the overall gist of what I want you to do. Just have your scholar verbally tell you, no writing, verbally tell you what happened in the story from the beginning, the middle, and the end. And make sure that they're including these key elements. Even if you would like to look at this screen and have your scholar to tell you without looking at the screen. But make sure that you support their learning by having them listen to the story again on YouTube. Now we have we're going to get into a simple opinion paragraph, and it's going to be your to-do for today. So how does the structure of an opinion paragraph work? And so an opinion paragraph is, what is an opinion? An opinion is a belief, judgment, or way of thinking about something. So how do you, as a writer, tell about your opinions? And one way that we do is through the use of the acronym OREO, OREO. So the O stands for your opinion. So the first thing that you want to do is always to state your opinion. Tell your readers how you feel about something. Then you give a reason. Tell your readers why you feel that way. And let me tell you, you all have been doing a fantastic job of stating your opinion and then giving your reasons why. When I was reading your popcorn papers versus chips, you all were doing a great. Your hamburger versus pizza, you all did a magnificent job with stating your opinion and then telling why. Later on this week, I'm going to do a lesson on basically writing a paragraph, because I don't want you all to lose all of the things that we've learned to make your writing really top notch and so that you're ready for second grade when we return. Then you can give some examples. Give your readers 1 to 3 examples of why you feel that way. And that's just something that really good advanced writers may be able to do. So some of our top scholars may be challenged to go ahead and write 2 or 3 more sentences stating why you support your opinion. And then lastly, we want to restate that opinion again. Tell your readers one more time about your opinion and tell your feelings. So again, this is why I like Oreo cookies instead of M&M cookies. Is what you would put as your last sentence. Now, your to-do for today is, I would like for you to get a sheet of paper and number it 1, 2, and 3. These sentences are all out of order. The first sentence says, that is why the ball scene is the best. So we're talking about events that happen in this story, and I want you to write whether this is an opinion or whether it's a reason or example. So you're either going to write a O here or you're going to write a R or E. So that is why the ball scene is the best. Is that an opinion? You can write a O or you can write the word opinion because it's right here for you. Cendrillon has fun dancing with Paul. I think the ball scene in Cendrillon is the best scene in the story. So you're going to write O if it's an opinion, and then you're going to put the R and the E together if it's a reason to support the opinion. I hope that makes sense to you all. And then I want you all to rewrite the sentences in order to create an opinion paragraph. So you should have an opinion, and then you should have your reason or example, and then you should have the restatement of the opinion. And boys and girls, these are the only 3 sentences that you are using, but again, they're out of order. I want you to write them in order so that they will make sense with the OREO that we're going to use to write our opinion paragraph. So the first, it would say the opinion. Tell your readers how you feel about something. So which one of these sentences tells the reader how they feel about something? Okay, which one of these is a feeling? Okay, then you want to go back and you want to tell your readers why you feel this way. So which one of these supports why something happens or why the writer feels that something is best? And then which sentence restates the opinion? This is why, okay, I think, okay, that would be your last sentence. Again, and that's confusing to you, reach out to your teachers. I wasn't able to really give an example because I really want you all to be able to do this independently. Parents, feel free to help in any capacity that you might need to. And again, if you need to reach out to your teachers for help, that's perfectly okay. This is the only thing that you need to turn in to me today. And actually, once you analyze your sentences and label them as O, R, E, and then O, then that will also tell you how to write your paragraphs, okay? Because the sentence that you put a reason behind or an example, RE, is the sentence that goes right in the middle. Your first sentence is going to be an opinion, and then your last sentence is going to be restating the opinion. So that's a big clue on how you should put these sentences. Again, these are the only 3 sentences that I should see. I should see them labeled. So beside number 1, you don't have to write this sentence. You're just going to write opinion, or you're going to write O. Then you're going to write number 2. And you're going to write either an O because you think it's an opinion, or you're going to write RE because it supports the opinion. Then but you're going to write number 3 on your notebook paper, not the sentence. And then you're going to write either O beside number 3, or you're going to write RE beside number 3 because it supports the opinion. That's for you to decipher. Once you've done that, you're going to skip a few lines and you're going to come back and you're going to use these 3 sentences to create an opinion paragraph. So the O goes first, the RE, and then the O again. So you should have 3 sentences in this paragraph. Boys and girls, I want sentences that start with capital letters and end with the correct punctuation. And I would like for words to be spelled correctly. So what you're going to do is freeze this screen, and you're going to have your notebook paper right beside you to help you, because this is where you're getting your sentences from. So you have to look at this screen. Okay. All right. I'll see you back tomorrow with some more practice on opinion paragraphs, and we're just about to get into some compound sentences so we can amp up our writing to make sure that we're ready for 2nd grade next year. Love you all, and see you tomorrow with another Wit and Wisdom lesson. Take care.